Need a haircut. The thinning is showing. I need to cut my hair. All right, let's get started. What are we talking about today? We did take trades Friday. And now we need to review the trades that we took on Friday. I don't think I took any day trades Friday. Don't think I took any day trades on Friday. I did not. Okay. So let's get started. For starters, I don't know. I should probably keep track of that. I mean, I was before, but I don't think I did it this week. I don't know what this week started off as. Here's my notes. Yeah, I didn't put how many stocks was in a backwatch list. Oh, let me update this. It should be 23. What day is it? All right, 23. Okay, cool. All right, done. Okay, updated the stream. Is it updated here immediately or is it? No, it does not. All right, anyways, doesn't matter. Okay, so ops. Opportunities this week. That's what he has. All right, anyways, I can go back on Sunday and see if I watch my old VOD, but I think we had around 80. I think we had around 80 names in the backwatch list, and now we have 130. So you can. Okay, are we not going to work? What is going on here? Okay, that works. Okay, that works. Why is the zoom in not working? What are we doing, bro? Thank you. I don't know what. Like, come on, man. I need a new keyboard. Then I'm gonna have to reprogram my keyboard to do all this stuff. That sounds annoying as hell. But you can see we have 130 items here. I already went through the backwatch list, kicked everything out that wasn't supposed to be there, and put the new things in that ran this week. You can see over here I have ADR gains. This measurement, ADR gains, is how many ADRs the stock has actually moved in the last month. As you can see, some stocks have moved up 23.5. We actually have, as you can see down here, 714. I think that 714 stocks over last month made at least a 3 ADR move. But that wouldn't matter because I don't think 3 ADR is that good. But like over 4, I mean, you're getting good value. For example, if you get into a stock that goes up 50% of its ADR, right? I mean, you get in at 50% of its ADR. So your risk entry is 50% when it breaks out. The stock then goes up 4 ADR over that month. That is going to be an 8R trade in just the simplest terms. If it goes up 4 ADR, right? So that's just 4. Most of these stocks are going up more than that. But above 4, or at least at 4, but we'll just do above 4, we have 703. So most of these, actually this is 714 altogether. Okay. So we have 714 stocks that's from, over the last month, from bottom to top has made 4 ADR move. Now all this is obviously not not like pure breakout. Some of these are just mean reversion, stuff like that. Right. Anyways, that's what we're looking at. So what I'm saying is the market has a ton of strength, and you can see the T2108, which is the stocks above the 40-day price moving average. That is, that's 60%, 63% of stocks is above it right now. In a universe of what TC2000 tracks. So 60% is above. You can see we're at an all-time market high again after, not being there for a while. We dipped. Well, the NYSE is. The comp is not. The SPY is barely short. We're pretty much, the QQQ is not. But the SPY is. NYSE is. As you can see, the market is strong, in other words. So I think I came on here last week and talked about swings are doing pretty good. And I talked about how most of the swings is gappers. And I already did some beforehand knowledge. The sectors that's really stands out to me right now is regional banks. That's one. Communication equipment, building materials. That's two. Biotech is strong. Obviously, you got the monkeypox theme going on. And, you see a lot of medical devices popping up, but I don't really know about that one. Yeah, those are the ones. So solar also seems strong, but it's like only two stocks. But solar almost never runs. But then these two stocks are just running on their own. And even EMPH broke out. So solar, I don't want to say solar's a hot, because it's so beat up. It's so ugly. But a couple of the solar stocks are starting to break out now. I'm just going to ignore solar, though. I constantly lose money trying to trade solar stocks. It's so random. But yeah. So that's that. So let's review the trades that we took on Friday, because that's what we're here to do. We took W Day. Oh, no, we didn't. We did not take W Day. I had an order to get into W Day, but that order did not fill because it never broke the opening range high. We took Kava. So we took Kava pretty much at the open. Okay. So we entered Kava at 112.95. I think that was pre-market high or something like that. 2-minute high? I don't know. 112.95. So we took Kava here. Took it lower than that. Yeah, okay. We took Kava at the 5-minute open, it seems like. No, we took it before the 5-minute open. Okay. I don't know when we took it at. Well, I know where we took it at. I don't know why we took it there. Maybe we got some slippage. I can see that being the reason. It looks like we got some slippage or something. Either way, we took Kava pretty early on in the day. You can see this thing shot up a lot. This is an EP. As I stated before, over the last couple of weeks, the best swing plays at least, have been, when we look at this list, look at the list of the strongest stocks in my backwatch list, most of them have been gappers. Gap, 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 gap. Yeah, you get the point, right? Most of the plays that's been strong and running have been gappers, have not been breakouts. So the strongest plays as of late have been gappers, or it has been from the monkeypox theme. Some of those stocks did not gap, but they did break out, during the day. This is a breakout right here. So this AHR, this is a clear breakout. Ran up, not even a lot. Just not a strong stock, but it compared to its ADR has made a strong move, right? It's up 23%, and this ADR down here was probably like 3.5 or something like that. Who knows? Let's look at this bar. This bar is 2%. This bar is 4%. So yeah, it's probably around like 3 something. It's ADR. So it's made some strong moves compared to its ADR. All right. Either way it goes, oh, that'd be even better to do. I should probably implement that. I just thought in my head I should. It really doesn't matter. I'm just overdoing it. Yeah. So you see, most of the big plays that have happened so far are gappers. So you really want to watch for the gaps. That's what's been working during this period we're getting where the market has been strong. The gappers have been strong. The stocks that are gapping up, and they've been running for multiple days. But we talked about this last stream, I think, on Thursday, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. And let's move forward, right? So I took Kava, and that's cool. That worked out. I also took APDN as a breakout. Not really a breakout, but I took it as it broke the high. It probably was like an hourly breakout or something if I look. Not even that, really. Yeah, this stock is in theme. I see there was some type of resistance here. When it broke this, I entered at 225 when it broke above this line. And I had a pretty good sized position in here. So I had about, so the risk that I entered in was a 10% risk, which gives me 10% of my account in here, right? So I had 10% of my account in here, and then it actually went up like 60%. So I would have made, over 50% of my account if I sold this at the high. But I'm still holding because it's a theme. That could be the wrong move. It could be the right move. I don't know. I just don't feel like I have a great reason to sell it. And I think, yeah, because this is one of the monkeypox. Let's see the news for this real quick. Yeah, but this is like in theme, and that's what we are focused on for a swing. I mean, a swing that's in theme is the best. It's about as good as you can get. Seeking Alpha News. Monkeypox stock in focus as Thailand reports first case in Asia linked to new strain. Monkeypox stocks pair recent gains in Tuesday's trading. So yeah, and then we got some news that happened. We got some cases in the U.S. So in other words, what we're looking at is there might be some type of outbreak of monkeypox going on. That seems to be the case. And then with that, obviously the stocks that can focus on monkeypox and create vaccinations or whatever medicine. I don't know. I'm not a chemist or a scientist. I don't do biotech and stuff like that. I don't know. But either way, you don't need to know. It's not that important for you to know. All you know is monkeypox stocks is seen. These are the ones that, connect to the monkeypox stocks. And yeah, I mean, you pretty much go from there. And interesting enough, what really made me buy APDN was it gapped up and was going up on a day where all the other ones were down, to start the day pretty much. All the other ones started the day off down. And this one went up. And I was like, interesting, because it already showed resistance. And I was breaking that resistance on a day where the monkeypox theme wasn't even hot. Like all the other monkeypox stocks. Come on, bro. Why is this key don't want to work anymore? How hard do I gotta press the button? All right. Can I get the other Zoom? Sheesh, man, what is going on? My fucking keyboard. Anyway, so these are all my monkeypox stocks, right? And when you look at this, you see that GovX, which is a big one, went down. TNXP was another one that was doing good, went down. SIG has been kind of, just running up like slowly, not really getting the burst that some of the other ones was. Virax was also one that exploded. And yeah, like you can see APDN stayed with it. So Virax, also another one that exploded. GovX, TNXP did explode one day. I guess it got tortured the rest. Went up like 40% one day. I don't know what this one is, but obviously it did something this day, 28%. And you can see SIG has been having his days. Very inconsistent, but maybe I shouldn't have held it. A lot of these very inconsistent, but yeah, as you can see here, we got some clear strength going on in this monkeypox. A lot of them has been breaking out. Maybe it's APDN's turn. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have sold. Maybe I shouldn't have. We'll see. Coming this Monday or maybe past Monday. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at. And that's why I pretty much held it, because the monkeypox stocks have been strong. A lot of them made a big move. This did make a big move, and I did not sell. So, but we're hoping to get more out of it than today, but that would be absolutely crazy. Either way, I can't really lose money on this. I already moved my stop to break even. I get stopped out. I guess I just wasted opportunity to make some money, but that's cool too. Gotta live and learn. So those are all my trades that I took. I only took 2 trades, and I didn't really take any breakouts. Any day trades. Now, so let's look at the day trades, the possibilities that we had on the list. No, this one's illiquid, so probably not the best one to take. You can see like the volume's 4.8K, traded at $14 per share. That's pretty weak volume. So these don't look the best. Same thing here. This one is pretty weak on volume. 81K at $1.40. That's not that great. Not that liquid. I try to stay away from the ones that's not liquid. You want to see very linear moves. You really couldn't have traded this one, but Yeah, because this one did a big linear move, and then it actually didn't break out again. It actually fell apart. So we'll see. No, you really couldn't take this one either. This one's very illiquid. So yeah, on Friday, a lot of the day trades just wasn't liquid enough to really get a decent move. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, for the stream, I'm probably gonna review all the trades of the week and see what was the best moves. I think that would be something good to do. But let's see here. To go over it again, the sectors that are kind of like on fire right now, aerospace and defense is decently strong. Regional banks look really good. Biotech also, like I said, the monkeypox theme. Communication go along with aerospace. I guess it seems like credit services has been doing, decently well. And some of the credit services stocks are actually labeled under other things like Payo, and there's a couple other ones that might be under like, I don't know what it's under. Oh yeah, banks is doing good, credit services doing good. That kind of makes sense, right? Kind of go hand in hand a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know. Electric components. Gold is really strong. I just didn't add all the gold stocks, but gold is also strong in setting up. Building materials was another one that was really strong that I was actually surprised at. And yeah, I think that's most of the sectors that I think is hot right now. We got a lot of stuff to do with real estate that's popping up. It's not just building materials. It's like all of the real estate stuff, but it's kind of hard to explain, I guess. But pretty much homemaking stuff or home selling. I don't even know if it's home selling stuff. I know Zillow's up, but I don't. Yeah, you can see like a lot of the building material stocks are clearly breaking out. Yeah, they're strong, right? And then you have the real estate stuff to go along with it, and you also have like the REIT. I'm not even sure. Like, I'm not even sure what that sector is. I feel like it's selling, or it might be like insurance on house. I don't know. I think one might be like commercial or something. I don't know. Yeah, this one's RET, hotel and motel. So you got a couple like real estate stuff, going up. As you can see here, I mean, this RDFN is going absolutely apeshit. 55% over this just week alone. So real estate stuff is kind of strong. Don't know if it's the whole sector. It's kind of confusing. You have really residential construction also breaking out. Like I said, a little bit confusing in real estate. I don't really dabble over there a lot. I'll mess with building materials and stuff like that, but yeah, I don't really. I don't really know how to tell if the sector is moving together, because I feel like a lot of these things are close knit, like the same. I don't know. Anyways, so let's try to look over some of the best trades of the week. Actually, if we just, I don't know if we want to do that. All right, obviously AP, we had a bunch of monkeypox stocks, right? So all these provided good trades over the week. Let's go to 10-minute. We can see the stuff happening there. All right. So as you can see here, this is the first day. I don't know if this is the first day, but you get a solid move here. This is monkeypox, and then it breaks out somewhere around here on a 5-minute. You get a better picture, but I can't go that far back on TC2000 on a 5-minute. But you can see run up, clear consolidation, breaks the high. If you would have took this, obviously you're going to get a decent amount of money on this move here. So this is one trade, day trade that you could have got into. Yeah. This one was also, if you took like the high, the break of the high, this has been pretty wide though, so maybe not that good. I think I actually ignored that one because it was pretty wide. Pretty sure I did. What happened here? Is this like some type of halt? That gap down? How's it start here, but this ended up? It must have been some type of halt. Something to watch out for with these. So that's one monkeypox stock. We had APDN. It provided multiple opportunities this week. See, the first day is here. You took the break of this first range. You could have got some. You could have got paid there for sure. And the bar wouldn't have been that wide if you traded like an EP. I wouldn't recommend trading these like EPs. So on this day, there's no real linear move into a break. I know there's one right here. Okay, that's a lie. So you could have took this here, and if you would have trailed on the 10, got stopped out. Obviously, I talked about these things on stream on the days that I actually when I was trading it. But this is days after. This is not one that we would have traded. TNXP was one that also went crazy on one of these days. Oh, or did it? Did it not? Yeah, it went crazy this day, which is the 19th. Does this just run up straight and not provide opportunity? Yeah, it kind of looked like it just ran up straight. No opportunity presented. And then we have GovX, was probably the best stock of the week for day trading. GovX was last week. It wasn't hot this week. So that goes a part of last week. So maybe the monkeypox theme wasn't that strong this week. Maybe it was just APDN. Okay, cool. All right, so let's look at some of the other trades that we had this week. My phone is going to flip through, and that's going to take a very long time because there's a lot of trades. Well, it's not even a lot of trades. When it sells, it be selling in partials, which gives me a new alert every single time it sells. And gives me a bunch of text bubbles I have to scroll through. Makes it extremely hard. So Monday, we traded Zim. Let's look at this. All right, that was a EP. And as you can see, it failed. So cool. Remember some of these trades. Let's see if we can find some good ones. We also took Fubu. This is what I was talking about with the strongest plays have been gappers, but you have to figure out a way to stay in them because they've been doing bullshit like this for a long time. Like absolute bullshit. Like you get in, obviously it's a good trade, and then it just collapses. Fubu might be a good entry coming up this week though, breaking this high. I don't know. I probably won't take it. ALZN, we took Zim twice. That got us our ass beat. We took APDN on Monday, and it looks like we made money. We just talked about APDN though. We don't need to go for that. Oh, here's one. SOND on Monday. This is a good opportunity. All right, well, let's look at this on the 10th. Can we go back that far? It's on Monday. It's only 5 days back. Okay, computer. Work. Okay. We definitely can go that far back. Go to the 19th. All right, so you see SOND had put in a linear move, consolidated, then broke. Good took this here. 8% risk, and the stock goes up most 28%. It's a pretty decent trade. And as you can see, it kept going. So if you figured out a way to hold it, I wouldn't have held it. Once it breaks this, or once on the 5 minute, I don't really care. Once on the 5 minute, once it breaks this, I'm out for sure. I don't want to see it lose momentum and then I just lose all my gains. On the 10 minute though, I wait for that momentum break unless I'm swinging. So yeah, SOND was a good trade on obviously Monday. Pretty good trade. All right. You'd have made, even if you got stopped out here, you at least made like 1.2 R, but you had an opportunity to make some decent money here. And if you would have held, if you would have held, it could have got really crazy. If you held into the next day though, you'd probably got shammed because it gapped down to like pretty much your entry. But you might have been up a little bit, but yeah, you'd have probably sold. I would have panic sold. Let's be honest here. So what's next on the list? We talked about SNOD. So SNOD was a good trade this week. Let's actually put that in the Discord. My man already put all the good trades in the Discord. we had a lot of strong gappers this week though. I mean, if anything, like the gappers is the ones that. Oh, so this week was the 18th. 18th 2004 market strong currently. Market's definitely strong. Market overview. Market is really strong. Strong follow through. Market's really strong. Strong follow through. Strong day trades. Decent amount of opportunities. And definitely things are starting to emerge or let's just say blossom then. I don't know. We'll just put this in chat GPT and sum this shit up, right? Themes are starting to emerge. We got solar is starting to peek its head. Communication and aerospace and defense. Second week. Regional. On my face. Regional banks and credit card service also very strong. What was the other one? Solar, communication. Oh, well, so last week was GovX, Sing, and so this week we had. I know I took GDC. That was a very strong one. There's a couple. It was some that I missed. I'm just gonna cheat sheet off his. I know APDN was strong this week. APDN, GDC, and I think Sound. But there was some. Oh, FFIE was really strong. Yes, FFIE was really strong. Because I missed it. I remember missing it. I was right there too and I missed it. Actually just looking at it. Sound, FFIE. All right. Next week, main focus will. Right. We had Kava this week. We got a couple gappers this week. Let's see. Let's just see if we can point some of these out. APDN did gap, but it gapped a fuck ton. So we not gonna put that one there. Sound did gap, but it gapped a ton. So this one gapped weeks ago. We got Oprah, Oprah, whatever. I had this one too, I think. I don't know what happened. Did I sell it? I did sell it. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I sold it. I sold it because it wasn't acting the right way. That's exactly why I sold it too. I was like, man, what the? Because it went up a lot and then it went down, like way too much. And then I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. I took Lunar too, but that one didn't really work out. Okay. A lot of these showing follow through. Some of these didn't come from this week though, but I would have to keep going. Fubu's up, so yeah. Say Fubu. I don't know if that would have worked though. I mean, I got stopped out of Fubu for sure, so I mean, obviously it didn't work for me. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. No. I'm not adding a biotech gapper. That is bullshit. Last that happened a week ago. All right, that's good enough. All right, so Kava. Currently, blah blah blah. Give me all this. What's going on? Someone just followed me, but I didn't catch it because I was typing. But thanks for the follow. I am sorry. How can I replay? I don't even know how to replay stuff. I don't actually. Crazy. Yeah, we didn't review GDC, but whatever. I don't think we will. Stop. Dog, let me in my Chat GPT account. This is not on this computer? Jeez, how annoying. Here we go. Okay. All right, we're not about to do all that. Matter of fact, we absolutely not about to do all that. I would just leave it like this, and then I would just do this on my other computer. All right. Anyways. All right. What that's about. Okay. Blue Toner. Thank you for following Blue Toner. That's what it. I mean, that's what it says. Stream Element said. So I'm assuming that's the name. I don't know if that's set up right. I'm a solo streamer. I mean, I really don't even stream. I just trade stocks and I just post videos. It's not like I be streaming for real. It's not. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to make a career out of streaming. So like, a lot of this stuff is self-taught, and obviously, I'm not like trying to learn the world to be a streamer or something. I don't care. So I hope that's set up right. It should be. But thanks for the follow. Someone said, "What up, agent? Heard a lot about you." Remixo. Why is that not popping up in the chat? What? Weird. Huh? What is this text message from my phone? Who is this? Scammers. Get out of here, man. Get a life. What's going on, man? I don't know what you heard about me. It's probably wrong. If you heard I was a good trader or something like that, all of that's wrong. It's false. I suck and I'm learning, but I have gotten decently better since I started, and that's about it. But yeah, man, if you want to learn more about me, I mean, maybe you're probably. You heard I was a beast. Yeah. If someone lied to you, man. No one's a beast. All right, that's not true. Some people are a beast. Some people I don't trade breakouts at all. That's not that's so see you see someone telling you probably telling you wrong. I don't trade breakouts. I used to trade breakouts, but breakouts don't make money. For me, So yeah, I trade all things momentum. So if you look at my profile, it'll probably say something like, okay, I don't have a profile, that's a lie. But I'm a momentum based trader. I trade momentum, and momentum's caused by pretty much EPs, like stuff with news. But there's different levels of EPs. There's different types of gappers. But that's pretty much all I trade, man. I trade themes because themes can be momentum, like obviously the monkeypox stuff that's happened, and then I trade news based gappers pretty much. I don't trade breakouts at all, like not even a little bit. I don't touch breakouts. So that pretty much summarizes what I do. I trade momentum. Now, momentum can be defined in a lot of ways in the market. But my version of momentum is what drives the stock. Some people think it's a story. Some people think it's volume. Some people think it's this and that. If you came from Kumagi's chat or if you came from Base Report, you know, welcome, first off. But I don't trade like Chris. Okay, I can do that. And after I do that, I'll probably get out of here because my stream's time is hitting its limit. But I traded breakouts the whole entire time I was in the Kimagi chat, which started in 2020 at the end of 2020, right? And I learned from a lot of people. I learned from Stogots. I learned from Juno. I learned from LaFondaments. I learned from a bunch of people you guys probably haven't even heard of. I mean, you probably heard of Stogots and Juno, but there was a bunch of people in there at the time who was, when I first started, I didn't know shit in the first place, but who was just very serious, very about making action. And they were, if you were reaching out, they was giving you information and stuff like that. So I was one of the people that was reaching out. There was also Here to Learn. It was a couple of people. I can't remember everyone. It was also 1987. I don't know. He's the guy who made he had the YouTube page of all Chris summaries of like all his streams. He was very dedicated. I think he was probably the only person that was probably more dedicated to learning than me. But my experience with breakouts came from my first hand experience was I was not making money. Like I wasn't really beating the market. And while even though I wasn't, some years I didn't go negative or maybe I went slightly negative. Like it was just the fact that, I was busting my ass and I knew I was busting my ass. I was studying, I was learning about themes. I was learning about the stuff that Chris said. I was learning about a bunch of stuff and I just wasn't making money. I was putting it all together. Like each year I was getting better and better putting it all together. And oddly enough, the year that people thought breakouts shouldn't have worked, which was 2022, was the only year I beat the market doing breakouts. That was the only year. I focused nothing but on breakouts. I just traded solely that theme. The theme in 2022 was coal and oil and gas, pretty much. It's not that simplified, but Coal did really good for a while. Oil and gas did really good for the whole year. Coal pretty much did really good for the whole year as well. And then in 2022, we had like a period where China stocks did good. We had a period where we just had a bunch of mean reversions because stocks were so beat down and just destroyed and undervalued that, like we had like a whole month in May in 2022 where mean reversion was just a thing. You can go in the chat and you can find all this information if you just search it, but I did a bunch of studying, right? I studied almost every single topic in my, not to completion, but to like a very, very high level. Like it wasn't people really breaking stuff down. And then I started my own group. In my own group, we did back testing. And that's where things I just started to realize, like consistently, a lot of stuff that we do don't work. Just point blank period. That's just flat out. Like that's what the proof shows. Like hold on, I'll be right back. My dog is barking outside. I'm about to go check it out. Be right back. All right, and I'm back. Okay. So anyways, as I was saying, it was a bunch of stuff like that. I spent a lot of time studying and I wasn't really it wasn't really making me money. So then I put together all the times where, I put together all the times where I was really making money. What was the common denominator? What is Chris talking about when he says things like, don't trade random stocks? Why does Chris have all these news on his charts? Why is on the days he's taking these breakouts, which one worked best? Why does it have so much volume? Why is he always tracking the market, the economy? Why is the situational awareness so on point? And I'm tracking what are the common things that's working for me? And the things that I found out, the common things that was working for me is the months that I did good, there was a theme. The years that I did good, there was a theme. The market was doing good and there was a theme. What can this come down to as I'm being told, the periods where I was really good, because I was an EP trader and I tried breakouts for 2 years. And then I said, I did a bunch of studies on breakouts and I was like, okay, I don't need to keep building my breakout base. I'm going to build something else. That something else turned into EPs. At first it started as biotech EPs. That's the thing I was looking at first. And then it turned to EPs overall. I have a big study done on EPs. I have a lot of information in that chat about EPs and everything else. I study EPs a lot on tons of subjects that people never even talk about or even think about. I've studied EPs, I would say, damn near to completion, right? So with all that being said, what I found out was between all the strategies that work, there's one common denominator. It's called momentum. Now, someone might tell you that price action is like king and all this. No, it's not. It's just not. It's just not. I mean, it's just, I have the proof. I looked at the data. You can take a chart pattern as many times as you want and put it over. You're not going to make money over that. But if you take certain conditions and you overlap them, you will see during these periods where stuff is working, there's usually a theme, there's usually a reason, right? And there's usually value. This is what you can narrow down momentum to being. Strength in the market, situational awareness, theme, volume, and I would say that's pretty much, and news, right? These are the things that make momentum, right? So that's what I trade. That's the only thing I care about. Does the stock have momentum? Yes, check. Okay, next thing. Does the stock have volume? Is it very liquid? Yes, check. Next thing. Is this stock, is this a pump or dump, or is this an actual, we can swing this? Check. Next thing. If it's a pump or dump, get rid of it that day. That's very easy to do, right? You trade a breakout, and you trade it like a breakout. You wait for the flag, you wait for the consolidation, you try to get tight risk reward to improve your risk reward overall, because that's also very important. You have a couple of different things. No matter what you do when you're trading, you have to trade things that are going to move in a directional environment, unless you are an investor. If you are an investor, no one cares, right? You can hold something for 5 years and can go up 2,000%. Who knows, right? But if you are a swing trader, that means you're probably not trading for, you're probably not holding the stock for a month. You're probably holding it more for like a week to 2 weeks, right? So then the time that you buy the stock is very important. And if the time that you buy the stock is important, then you need it to be directional. You can't have the stock bouncing back and forth the whole time you're buying it. You need to buy linear stocks. This is something that Chris preaches a lot. Linearity. What does he mean by that? The stock has to be linear. The stock needs to be able to go linear. What causes linearity? Like, what causes linearity, right? Because linearity just doesn't happen because a stock breaks out of a range. That's not how linearity is created. Now, did it break out of a range because something happened, a month ago that's now coming into fruition? Maybe, but I don't even focus on stuff like that. I buy momentum currently, and when the stock doesn't have momentum anymore, I get rid of it. That's just as simple as it is for me, so that's really what's it. So I trade momentum. I don't trade breakouts because breakouts usually don't have momentum. They might grind up for like 2 months or something, but I don't want to be in stocks that grind, because why? First of all, the things that's going to help you grow your account is compounding. This is number one. Compounding. If you brought a stock you have $5,000 account, and then the stock went up 100% over 2 years, then you'll just be at $10,000. But if you did a 25% return the first year and a 25% return the next year, you actually make a lot more. It's a decent amount more money, because compounding is that important. Now, once again, you don't know how your performance is going to be. So, obviously this is just theoretical, but compounding is very important to growing your account. If you have a small account, the best thing you can do is get in and out of trades to compound, move your risk reward up, or whatever your system is. Well, let's take this back. So let's take this back. So what I trade is momentum, and then I overlap momentum. What I trade is momentum. What I try to teach people I don't try to teach people anything, but when they come to the stream, what they learn about is momentum, because that's all I trade, right? So I don't claim to be like some type of trading guru. I don't claim to be good, decent. No, I do claim to be decent. Okay. But what I trade is momentum. And then I overlap my system of my risk management system over, and my risk management system I learned almost directly from Chris. So I trade momentum, and then I overlap my risk management system over my momentum trades to give me better risk reward. And then that's how I trade. That's pretty much it. But the first step, if you want to trade like me, would be to learn momentum. Now, what makes linearity? Linearity is made mainly by the stock market, right? There's a couple of events that happen in the stock market that, from what I've seen, has always been true. What is the philosophy? The philosophy doesn't matter. Pretty much, one of the things that everything returns to the mean. I don't know what the actual philosophy is, but that's pretty much what it is. Everything returns to the mean. There's an average, and everything's going to return to the average one day. If the stock market is too down, like when the stock market dumped from China, or when the stock market dumped from 2022, this can create linearity. If something is too far in one direction, it's going to pull back. It always happens. The stock market never just runs forever. And then that's one event that can happen that leads to linearity. I don't really focus on this event a lot, but when the market is too down in the dumps, I do have a strategy. If you look at like this right here, every single time you see this pull down, it rebounds. That's what we're doing now. And every single time you see this get too high up, it dumps. Sometimes it stays in the middle. The middle is a very dangerous area, because once again, the middle is not directional. But when you get too far in one area, the market always pulls the opposite direction. So getting one of these, I would say like a breadth indicator. When breadth is too high, it always pulls back. When breadth is too low, it always bounces back. This has happened consistently throughout every single year of trading. Right? You get too far down, you're going to bounce back. So this is one form of linearity. And at Base Report, we actually did a study on this. I posted it in the Qmaggy chat a long time ago. Pretty much the times that breakouts work the best and when you get the most opportunities is when the market's at its lowest. Can you believe that? It's not when the market's at its highest. It's when the market's at its lowest. Why is this? Because there's a rebound effect. And that's always present. Things always revert to the mean. That's just how it is. So that's number one. Number two, news is the most impactful. You have to study news. Obviously, like I said, I've studied EPs to almost completion. Like I've studied every single type of news event that I can think of. I pulled the data. I researched it. I have tons, 10% gap, 20% gap, 30, 40% gap, 50% gap, low ADR, high ADR, stocks that have no volume before a gap, stock that has consistent volume for a gap, small caps, mid caps, mega caps. I've done studies on every combination I can think of EPs possible. Just earnings, just biotech news, government, government partnerships, mergers. I didn't really study mergers that much. I'm not going to say that. Biotech, I also didn't really study real estate. Real estate and insurance is another EP like I didn't study, but I might do it because there's been a lot of insurance EPs news that I'm not like familiar with that's been really strong this year. Either way it goes, news is one of the most on a daily basis. News is your most common source for momentum. Is your most common source for linearity. News, right? News. And I would even go as far as to say when something is stagnant and then news presents itself, this is the best time. This is similar to Chris's EP strategy, but Chris doesn't really teach you the nuances of news. He doesn't really teach you the nuance of anything. He just gave you a basic starter kit. And it's your job to take that basic starter kit and evolve it to something much more that can become profitable. Because the basic starter kit is not really going to get you that far when the market's not doing great. And he also doesn't really teach you about situational awareness, which is the next thing. Situational awareness, which once again can be that rebounding effect, which is, like I said, kind of like a mean reversion. But you have to understand there's situational awareness can go down as a couple of things. It's just the market is just really strong at the moment. Like right now, like last week, we was in a really strong market. If you had enough situational awareness, you can see stocks are showing more follow through each week, getting more. Then you would know like, hey, maybe it's time to start taking swing trades. I don't really take a lot of swing trades, but I took some last week. That's the main thing I focused on. It's the main thing I'm going to focus on next week. That is because swing trades have been working over the last, I would say, month, maybe 3 weeks. I don't know. Maybe 4 weeks, which is about a month. It doesn't matter. Swing trades have been working, right? This is situational awareness. What I go over my backwatch list, what do I see? I talked about this earlier. We'll talk about it again real quick. I talked about this on my Friday stream or Thursday stream, right? You want to keep track of what's working. This is part of situational awareness. I don't think breakout's been working lately, but they could be. But most of the stuff that I see that works right now is these little small gaps out of range. Hey, look at this. This stock's running up. This is my, okay, I see you don't want to work still. That's cool. That's cool, bro. Don't work. I can do this. So this is my ADR gainer. My ADR gainer just simply tells me how many ADRs has been made over a month, right? So you see the top stock here is monkeypox. It's a theme. It's a current theme, and it gapped up, on news pretty much. Monkeypox is terrorizing the world. What goes along with that is, this is situational awareness. This is stuff that's going to create the linearity, the momentum that we're talking about. And linearity and momentum can be considered the same thing. So I know a lot of people like to correlate linearity to just price action, which is a very noobish mistake. So here we go, right? Most of the stocks you see here, this Longy, it gapped up. It made this big move. You can see here, 100% move. This had news. This also had news. VRX, monkeypox in theme. Didn't really have news, but it's in theme. HRTG, insurance properties, one I was just talking about, also had news. Had earnings news, actually. I don't know. I've never seen earnings really do that, but with Root, it did a similar thing. Kava, it's up a lot right now, also had news. Opera also had news. These the strongest stocks that I'm looking at consistently for the last week, been longer than a week, maybe like 3 weeks, all came from news earning based gap, not earnings based gappers, news based gappers, right? And you can see on the day it usually has tons of volume and stuff. Like there's a consistent theme. Is this always the case every single month? Definitely not. Some months breakout's the strongest thing. Some month mean reversion is the strongest thing. Just 2 months ago, mean reversion was the strongest thing. And then we had a period, last year sometime where, or maybe it was this year. I actually don't know. I think it was last year. But mean reversions was the thing to do in like 2023 at some point. Mean reversions was like, for like a month, mean reversions was the plays. And then, there was another point at the beginning of this year when I was inside the chat that parabolic shorts was the plays. That, all stocks was just exploding. So then there was you obviously wanted to do the day trading opportunities, but they would explode and then like a day later, they would just collapse. So looking at these things and seeing what works, because I said momentum is what you want. Momentum can go in either direction. What you need to make money is a linear move if you are a day trader or a swing trader. If you are a swing trader and you're holding a stock that is going up and down for weeks, you're doing something clearly wrong. Like, you need to switch to being an investor or switch to being like a position trader. And there's nothing wrong with those things. There's nothing wrong with being either one of those things. But if you're a swing trader, you want to, in my opinion, from what I learned in my experience, you want to trade based off momentum. And if you are a day trader, you definitely want to trade off momentum, because it wouldn't make sense to day trade off something that's linear. Any type of shorter time frame that you want to learn what momentum is. You want to learn what drives momentum. You want to lead. You want to find out what are the keys to showing momentum in a stock. What are the keys to showing strength? And what I'm telling you is, from my investigation, which been a lot, it is breaking new highs. That's a key of momentum. It can be for like some type of time period, but you want to see it breaking new highs for whatever time period you're looking at. Then you want to see it have news. You want to see the value. You want to see you want to see crazy relative value compared to previous days. This is, clear indication. Like when I go over some of the best plays, let's look at APDN, right? Now, if it zooms in, you see there's no volume these days. There's like there's no volume. All of a sudden, we got some news. Oh, we get a day with over 1 million. Oh, now we get a day with over 200 million. Why? This is clear indication that something's going on. Momentum's happening in the stock. And this is a consistent theme. These are just the monkeypox stocks. But we don't have to do the monkeypox stock. We can do SNOD. Look at this. Same example. Different stock. Right? How is this happening? There's no volume. Then all of a sudden, there's over 20 million. It's like 40 million here. There's a consistent theme that you will see play out in momentum when you really start to dig into it and analyze it more of what's actually making your stock work, what's actually making you money. And I guarantee it's going to, if you're trading on a short time frame, I almost guarantee you it's not price action. I almost guarantee you. Price action is just a system of risk to reward. It is nothing else. And this is the basis of what I trade. So I trade momentum, and I overlap that with the price action or system management strategy that I learned from Chris, right? And that's how I trade. It's not that simple. It's nowhere near that simple. You can't really mimic what I do without putting in the work. Like I said, I understand all types of different news outlets from different ranges, different prices, different market caps. I've done tons of research. So yeah, but that is the short version of why I don't trade breakouts anymore and why I trade the things that I think have the highest momentum. Now, if it was an in-theme stock like, you won't even see in-theme stocks really give you the same type of consolidation that Chris was talking about on a daily, but on an hourly, you will. So what is we had a time period, right? So right here, you can see this is a breakout I would trade because during this period, wheat stocks were in theme, right? This is clear breakouts that I did trade, and I actually have them marked out in my review. So not like I'm just talking, like we review stocks, we take pictures of them when they're different. I've seen so much stuff now, I kind of got a little bit lazy on it. But you can see this is how like I traded on the hourly. Hot sector due to recent news, small cap, low float, multi-day runner, ACB. This is stuff that I mark out, and I don't know. I keep it with me. So when I talk about different examples, like it's not like I'm just making it up. This is how I looked on the hourly, right? Like I said, momentum trade, in theme, hourly consolidation, sector breakout for similar ranges. Notice I said hourly consolidation, sector breakout for similar ranges. Swing trade on theme, first day is a 10-hour trade. Risk was 2.6, went up 25.5% on the first day. Potential for a bigger move because it's a swing, right? So these are the things I'm talking about. You have to know the difference between, now if you got into this and like when you see a huge theme, if, someone like I watch Stogart stream sometimes, he held through the whole move. I believe, or maybe he held through the whole move on crypto stocks. I don't know. Either way, he held through the whole theme. He got in early and he held through the whole theme. Obviously, this makes you a lot more money than what I'm doing. Different things. But he also tends to hold longer than I do. So you have to trade your time frame. You have to trade, you have to put things in perspective, your risk management system. He doesn't use the same risk management system as I do. He adds and adds and adds in. His execution system takes a lot more execution, or his risk management system takes a lot more execution. So I'm not a beast in execution. If you go back and you read the chat, I always talked about how I have tons of knowledge. I'm really good at trading. Not really good. I suck because execution is like 50%, maybe even like 60% of trading, which is why I'm not a great trader, which is why I'm not rich. But if I had the execution of someone who was good, I would be rich. But I don't. So I have to dumb down execution things because I can't just take ads and keep adding and holding. I'm not adding at these points on the low ends, but he does. But we trade different, so it doesn't matter. I don't think we trade the same thing at all. But he also couldn't do the strategy that I'm doing. And I mean, we talked about it before. He tried to really take momentum based trades on like these day trades and stuff like that. He said he absolutely got killed trying it. But I don't know. He might be doing it now. I don't really know. I haven't checked in with him in a long time. Either way it goes, that's pretty much it. I trade momentum, which is on a shorter time frame, and I put my risk management system over it. He has his own stream, so you can go talk to him about it. I don't know his stream. Maybe I have it somewhere in my thing or something like that. My messages somewhere. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Let's do stream. That should pop up. Okay. Here's a stream. So if you want to learn more about him, you can find him on his stream. Right. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. Yeah, I think that's what's best. Make your own stuff that works for you. Like I said, Stogart, I guess he did good trading breakouts, but from my understanding, he mixed it up a lot from what Chris did. Yuno's probably the best person to learn from. I mean, that guy is a fucking monster. He far surpasses anyone that I've talked to. And yeah, I mean, that guy makes trading look like it's just some casual hobby that anyone can do. Like he's a god at this shit. And he also has a bunch of information. Even when I first joined the chat, like the information that I give out now, when I first joined the chat, he already knew. He was already doing it. He's already focused on certain things. And I think, he's just a level above everybody. Like I'm just starting to get my footing. That's not true. I'm not just starting to get my footing. That's a lie. But yeah, I'm probably not the guy to learn from. But I have an interesting strategy. I think different. Obviously, I do tons of research, like I said. Most of it's in that chat. A lot of it's on my computer. I don't really feel a reason to show anybody or bring it up. I mean, the people in my Discord can see it and things that I do, but I mean, everyone's just not welcome in my Discord. Like, we study together, we figure things out together. It's a very small group. I don't need unnecessary input by any means to mess up my trading or just random noise, which is why I left the Kumagi chat in the first place, is just so I have something that works. I don't really need to be doing all the extra stuff anymore. It's not necessary. Only stream because I need to review my trades, right? Yeah. I mean, that's my plan. Even though like I can't not be humble because I'm not good. like yeah, I can't not be humble because I'm literally I'm not that great of a trader. I'm not these guys you're talking about. So I do all right. Nothing crazy, you know. I was hoping to break triple digits this year for the first time, but that's probably not going to happen. I lost a lot of money over the last 2 or 3 months, just like most people, which is fine. It just means that the market humbled me. And once again, I need to improve and get better. And just keep learning, there's tons of stuff to learn. I've been trading 4 years, and it's not like the stock market knowledge is the thing that is stopping me from doing good. It's the mental parts and the routine, the dedication. It's the livelihood of trading. It's the outside stuff outside the screen that's stopping me from being my best version of a trader. And most of you will probably get to that point. I think it's fairly common. Like, I talked to Yuno about it. I talked to Stogotz about it tons of times, actually. I mean, he told me stories about how he was just like mentally, he was just fucking up and shit like that. And like, yeah, like there's tons of things that's going to happen once you get good that's going to stop you from being good. It's going to stop you from being the best version of yourself. And when you get to those points, then you can probably, when you get past those points at least, then you'll be able to understand not only what I'm talking about, but you'll be able to understand like why trading's not all knowledge. Why I just said trading was like 60% execution. Trading's definitely, if trading was all knowledge, I'll probably be one of the best traders ever. Probably. If it was just pure knowledge, like pure knowledge and theory and math and numbers and all that, I would be way better than a lot of people you just named. But I'm not. And that's because trading is not really knowledge based. It's applying the knowledge to a T. No, it's not. It's not. Knowledge is like, man, I don't even know. Really, the best thing about trading is knowing when to stop. That's one of the most important things. Like when you're getting destroyed and you can't stop, or when something's working, but you want to try something else, it's like so much basic stuff about trading that it'll just teach you about life. Like if you found a good strategy, but then you wanted to go find another good strategy, you're an idiot. You're a trading idiot. Because, it will be time to find something new when something stops working. Like, like if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? That's kind of like a saying. But that's what a lot of people do. They find something that's literally working, and then they go try to do something else. They try to go learn. Instead of like doing what's working and trying to improving or modifying it for the current conditions, they take something else and I'm going to try a whole new strategy. Like the best thing, like one of the things that Chris teaches, and I'll never forget this because I always started this, and I always just improved. Like I said, I learned breakouts for 2 years. That's what I said. And then I stopped. Because I was like, okay, I'm good enough at this. I wasn't good enough at breakouts. Obviously, I wasn't making that much money on it. I didn't beat the market. I only beat the market 1 year, but I thought that was good enough. 2023, I'll do, if I can trade in this market, I can definitely trade in a decent market, right? No, wrong. It wasn't that easy, right? So just jumping back and forth between different systems is probably one of the worst things you can do. when your system's not working during a certain period, just, not knowing when to quit and trying to force your system is another thing that's not going to work. Because you can have a profitable strategy, but in all my back tests, most of the money is made over a clump. It's not consistent every day, week, or month. It's made during clumps of periods. What this tells me is you have to know when to stop. It's execution. Knowing when to stop. Hey, I'm not doing good this month. I'm going to come back later. That's very hard for most people to do because they're addicted to trading and they want to wake up and feel like they can make money. It was hard for me. Like, I got humbled by the market over the last 2 months because I thought, day trading works every single day. Wrong. I mean, that might not technically be wrong, but for some reason, my mind couldn't wrap my head around, stop trading, you're losing money, But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, for when you go full time as a trader, your dollars are going to become more valuable to you. It's another thing that people don't talk about. You're going to go through different things outside of life that's going to make trading more complicated. Knowing when to handle and how to handle those things is because you can always have the knowledge and basic execution when it doesn't matter. There's so many people that's great at paper trading, but then they can't scale up. They can't do these certain things when there's real money on the line. Why is that? Because there's a lot of things outside of trading that affects you more than the screen wheel. Affects you more than the screen wheel. And that is the simplest way to put it, So executing your knowledge to the T is not the most important thing. If you can literally just, if you have great discretion and you have good execution, you can just make money trading a system that's not that great by just applying it at the right times. This system year round loses money. This system during most periods of the year, will net you a huge negative, but you're trading it at the time where it just happens to work because your situational awareness and discretion is telling you that. Mean reversions are not good year round, in my opinion. That's what I think. But there's periods that I've seen for maybe a month where this shit would have tripled, doubled, quadrupled your account because it's just working right now. If you have that type of execution, discretion, and situational awareness, that's more important. There's definitely a knowledge point to it, but it's not all knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. A lot of it is just experience. And there's only one way to get experience is you go through stuff. Each time you go through these different levels, you're going to get it. And some people are just talented. Some people are just better than others. That's just it. Some people are the LeBrons and some people are the, I don't know, Eric Wright. Some people are just meant to do this stuff. They just have the mental capacity. They don't have to they don't have to do all of it. They don't have to go through all the experience. They just get it. Or some of the mental stuff outside the screen just doesn't affect them. And other people, no, it's not like that. Some people, wear trading as a burden to themselves. I'm going to do this to free myself in life. It's a bad mentality. Because now you making trading a lot more complicated and heavy. You're seeing this as your escape option to life. And a lot of us do that, and that fucks you up. That makes it harder for you to trade. It also going to probably make you take it more serious, but it also, when you're doing bad, it weighs heavier on you. So it's a lot of stuff that you're going to go through as a trader that's going to be, it's just going to be outside the screen stuff that you just have to work on. Mentality, dedication, getting over bad days, not getting too high up on good days. It's going to be a lot of stuff. It's just not knowledge, man. But yeah, that's going to wrap up my stream. This stream was way too long and I'm hungry as hell. All right, you guys take it easy. I will catch you next Sunday. Bear men. I stream every single day I take a trade. So every day I take a trade, I review the trade. So if I take a trade Monday, I'll be here Monday. If I don't take a trade Monday, I won't be here. I review my trades. That's the bare minimum I can do, right? reviewing my trades on stream every day, holding myself